Hi, welcome to Broke with Audiophile Taste. So a couple brief things today. One, thanks a lot for all the subscriptions and the views. So I only started this channel about 3 or so weeks ago. Kind of an outsider to the vinyl community. Was never someone who really watched a lot of videos, but there's a couple specific people I would just watch while I exercise. That's why I started watching VC videos. Is just something to do while I'm on the elliptical machine. I just found that I like videos where people talk about records, at least when I'm exercising, and I just started getting a lot of ideas for videos, and so after thinking about it for a while, I finally started making them, and then this vinyl tag comes up, which I'd never heard of before. It was just suggested to me by the algorithm, other people's tag videos, and I made one, and and all of a sudden I have 22 subscribers, and that video was viewed almost 160 times, and I don't know, that's awesome. It's great. It's great that just after a few weeks that I've got this group of followers, and my stuff's being seen, and of course, it'd be great to have hundreds or even thousands of subscribers, and maybe someday it'll build up to that. But for someone who just started a few weeks ago, I'm just thrilled with their response. So thanks. Thanks if you subscribe. Thanks if you've watched my videos. Really appreciate it. It's a thrill for me. Okay, so I've met a few of you in the comments sections, and one brief exchange I had was with Stephen Carlson, who mentioned that he hasn't seen these Ramones Record Store Day reissues from the last few years, so I thought I'd just go through them briefly. So here they are. So in November of 2016, we had Ramones live at the Roxy, August 12th, 1976. All right, so that's in LA, and this is great. It sounds amazing. This was recorded. Let's see, source original 16 track tapes transferred to 192.24 digital, and so all these were transferred to digital, but they all sound great in their live albums. So I don't find them really suffering too much from being cut from digital, and so this is obviously exciting because it's right around the time of their first album coming out, and they're playing in LA, and there's this palpable sense of people watching these guys and like, what the fuck is this? It just had to have seemed so bizarre to so many people. I mean, I know there's the radio, and there's print media, and there's word of mouth back in 1976, so it wasn't like no one had ever heard of them at all before, but this definitely was something new. So that was records. That must have been the Black Friday of 2016, because that was November of 2016 when that came out. And then April 2018, we've got the Sundragon Sessions. This essentially it's rough mixes for Leave Home, and it's much more. It sort of takes the sheen off. Like Leave Home is kind of, the production is kind of weird. This actually sounds clearer and better than the album itself, and it's much more this sense of like four guys playing rock and roll in a room than the album turned out being. So several of these are better than the album version. So that was April of 2018, and then in November of 2018. We've got this live in Glasgow, December 19th, 1977. So this is just a few weeks before the It's Alive concert, not quite 2 weeks before the It's Alive concert. And what jumped out at me right away is how obvious it is now that It's Alive was doctored in the studio. It's not just a pure live recording. They fixed a lot of stuff. This is much more raw. Actually, the whole band has a different feel to it than the band on It's Alive. And It's Alive is great, one of the best live albums ever made. But it's, as was common in the era, they doctored that in the studio afterwards. This is just the board recording, and it's a different band, and there's much more of a swing to it, I think. Anyway, so it's great. This is so that, let's see. This one then, April of 2019, they put this out. They called it It's Alive 2. This is just from like 2 nights before the It's Alive concert. This is recorded live at Victoria Hall, Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, December 29th, 1977. All right. And so this is not that different from the Glasgow one. Similar set list, similar kind of a thing of like it's just raw, and not doctored like. And I don't mean that in a bad way with It's Alive. I mean that's how they handled it, but this is more of a live document than something that they made sound pristine. And then in September 2020, no, that was September 2020. Oh, did I mix those two up? It's Alive 2 was September 2020. This is April 2019. And this is the first one with Marky on it that they released in this series. So this is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 1979. And it's pretty great. Marky changed the band, changed the feel of the band. Instead of this guy who can barely play the drums, who has kind of a unique approach to it and kind of a swing to it, it got Marky, who is just dominant on the drums. And you could just hear that, like, it used to be Johnny that was driving the band, and now it's Marky who's driving the band. It's just an aggressive, tight live set. And then this is from this is the one I've talked about. This came out July of 2021 in Sydney, Australia, July 8th, 1980. So only about 7 months, 6 or 7 months after that other one. And they're playing a bunch of end of the century songs on this, and it's really cool. Okay, so that's that more recent series of Ramones Record Store Day, mostly live releases. I'm a big fan of those. I've listened to all those quite a bit. Looking forward to see what else they do in the future. But that's it. I want to keep it short. I don't know how long I've gone, but again, thanks for the great introduction to the VC, and thanks for all the subs and the views, and be seeing you all soon. Thanks.